You guys fucking steal so much shit, especially from black designers, and it is crazy. It is at a point, obviously at a point where I'm fucking mad. You've done it to my friends, and you've done it to me. You guys know who the fuck I am. Kylie's worn my shit. Chloe's worn my shit. Courtney's asked for my shit. Kendall's worn my shit. Kanye, you know who I am. You see me when I see you, you say hi to me. You come up to me and you say hi to me. You are really on some shit, and it's crazy because people look up to you guys. It's wild. People look up to you guys, and you guys are fucking frauds. Frauds. It's ridiculous. You guys do it a lot. It doesn't make any sense. Why not just give credit where it's due? You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. It's really not.
I don't have a formal intro for this video like I typically do for my other videos because you guys see the title, so you already know the deal with this family and their history of exploiting black culture and normalizing black fishing. In this video, I'll be discussing a brief history of the times the Kardashian Jenner sisters ripped off black women and their negative impact on society. This would be a long video if I discussed every instance, so I'm only going to discuss situations that happened in recent years. And if you haven't already, please check out my previous videos on the Kardashian Jenners. Let's start with the most obvious thing. Their desperate attempt to look like black women by not only surgically enhancing their bodies to look like us, but also using our hairstyles. The Kardashian Jenners have a long history of wearing struggle braids, but it's the fact that they refuse to say that they're inspired by black women. In 2015, Amanda Stenberg released a video on the topic of the relevance of black culture and its appropriation by mass media and white celebs. In the video titled, "Don't Cash Crop My Cornrows," she spoke about the history of black hairstyles and called out white mainstream artists for their use of cultural appropriation in their videos.
But like with style. So you can see why hair is such a big part of hip-hop and rap culture. These are styles of music which African American communities created in order to affirm our identities and our voices. In the early 2000s, you saw many R&B stars wearing cornrows: Alicia Keys, Beyonce, R. Kelly, and many more. As hip-hop became more and more popular and integrated into pop culture, so did black culture. Eminem's album went 4 times platinum, and he achieved immense success in the hip-hop world. Black culture had become popular. As the early 2000s turned into the 2010s, white people began to wear clothing and accessories associated with hip-hop. More and more celebrities could be seen wearing cornrows and braids and even grills. So by 2013, the fashion world had adopted cornrows as well. Cornrows and braids were seen on high fashion runways for brands like Marquesa and Alexander McQueen, and magazines had editorial campaigns featuring cornrows as a new urban hairstyle. And Riff Raff came onto the scene, a suburban white middle-class man who almost ironically took on a black accent and wore braids and gold teeth. And then James Franco took inspiration from Riff Raff for his role as Alien in Spring Breakers. And pop stars and icons adopted black culture as a way of being edgy and gaining attention. In 2013, Miley Cyrus twerks, and uses black women as props. And then in 2014, in one of her videos called This Is How We Do, Katy Perry uses ebonics and hand gestures and eats watermelons while wearing cornrows before cutting inexplicably to a picture of Aretha Franklin.
I see you.
So, as you can see, cultural appropriation was rampant. Not only were white people becoming rappers, but they were excelling in the world of hip-hop. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's song Thrift Shop garnered a #1 spot on Billboard's year-end chart for 2013, and then Iggy Azalea's song Fancy reached #1 the following year. And in May of 2014, Forbes released an article titled Hip-Hop's Unlikely New Star, a White, Blonde Australian Woman. But at the same time, police brutality against black people came to the forefront in an incredible movement ignited by the murders of Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice, Eric Garner, and many others. People began to protest institutionalized racism by marching and by using social media. Celebrities spread awareness and shared condolences, or at least some did, as Azealia Banks, a black female rapper, pointed out. As Azealia Banks observed in her tweets, white musicians who partook in hip-hop culture and adopted blackness, Iggy Azalea in particular, failed to speak on the racism that comes along with black identity. Banks and Azalea feuded on Twitter until Banks participated in an interview on New York's Hot 97.
I have a problem when you're trying to, like, say that it's hip-hop and you're trying to, like, put it, like, up against black culture. Like, it's like a cultural smudging. Was what I see. All it says to white kids is like, oh yeah, you're great, you're amazing, you can do whatever you put your mind to. And it says to black kids, you don't have you don't own not even the shit you created for yourself. And it makes me upset.
That itself is what is so complicated when it comes to black culture. I mean, the line between cultural appropriation and cultural exchange is always going to be blurred, but here's the thing. Appropriation occurs when a style leads to racist generalizations or stereotypes where it originated, but is deemed as high fashion, cool, or funny when the privileged take it for themselves. Appropriation occurs when the appropriator is not aware of the deep significance of the culture that they are partaking in. Hip-hop stems from a black struggle. It stems from jazz and blues, styles of music which African Americans created to retain humanity in the face of adversity, which itself stems from songs used during slavery to communicate and survive. On a smaller scale, but in a similar vein, braids and cornrows are not merely stylistic. They're necessary in order to keep black hair neat. So I've been seeing this question a lot on social media, and I think it's really relevant. What would America be like if we loved black people as much as we love black culture?
After releasing the video, guess who decided to upload a pic of herself wearing cornrows with the caption, "I woke up like this"? Amanda commented on Kylie Jenner's pic and said, "When you appropriate black features and culture, but fail to use your position of power to help black Americans by directing attention towards your wigs instead of police brutality or racism. Hashtag white girls do it better." Kylie responded by basically telling her to shut up and go hang out with Jaden Smith. I just want to remind you guys that this was during the height of the Ferguson riots and the uprise of the Black Lives Matter movement. This family has a history of telling black women to calm down when we call them out for darkening their skin, wearing grills and gold teeth, and running around in our hairstyles. I'm not against tanning, but why exactly do you need to make yourself look black? Is it a fetish? Kim herself is a repeat offender of Fulani braids, but says she wasn't inspired by black women. She was actually inspired by Bo Derek, who was inspired by black women. Makes a lot of sense. Fast forward to this year's Paris Fashion Week, and here Kim goes again wearing braids. This time, she's wearing Pop Smoke style braids that she had done by a black woman named Sierra Constantinople. Sierra is a celebrity hairstylist who's worked with Mary J. Blige, Solange, and Janelle Monáe, just to name a few. But instead of crediting Sierra, the black hairstylist who braided her hair, Kim credited her white hairstylist, Chris Appleton. Now everybody knows good and well a white man did not do these braids. Sierra's friend Stephanie spoke out in her defense and wrote on Instagram, "Let's talk about anti-blackness this morning. I need to discuss appropriation and theft of our culture, our vernacular, our vibes, our lips, our hair, our essence." My sister Sierra is an amazing celebrity hairstylist in Paris who styled Janelle Monáe, Mary J. Blige, Solange, Kalila, and other sisters. Well, Sierra was called in at last minute to gift KKW with the style above for her husband's fashion show last week. In a room full of white folks, she gave KKW this style with her uninspiring hairstylist at Chris Appleton 1, looking in awe, I'm sure. And guess what your favorite white girl Kim does this week? Tag said uninspiring white hairstylist to give him credit for these black-ass cornrows. I know every black woman reading this is disappointed but not surprised at this disgusting behavior. The issue with white women like the KKW is they do not respect black culture. They see it as a style which is taken off and put back on, and that's what makes them so damn dangerous. The erasure of black women's work discredits our community, takes money out of our pockets, and continues the white supremacist cycles that social media then spreads to the masses. Elevating problematic, clueless, dangerous white women needs to stop. Do your part to dismantle this shit. I love that. I love that. Once again, Kim didn't issue an apology and just ignored being called out about the issue. The problem is that our hairstyles aren't deemed beautiful until somebody white wears them. We're being fired from jobs and being sent home from school because our hairstyles are considered ghetto or unprofessional. We're also being shut out of jobs because of our natural hair.
So I went to a casting this morning for a client that I've been really wanting to work for a really long time. And one of the first things that they asked me is if I can make my hair less springy. Like, I'm just so tired of this bullshit. It's like, bro, like, as long as I'm in this fucking industry, no matter what I do, it's never gonna be enough. Like, I'm never gonna be enough for these fucking people. And it's just like, what do I do? Like, it's just so unfair. Black girls everywhere have to deal with this shit. It's just like, I understand this is not a reflection of me or my value as a person, but this is the type of shit that I have to deal with every single day, and it's just so frustrating. Like, I just don't know. It's just so hard. I feel like people just don't care about, like, my humanity or my feelings, or, like, think I have any type of sensitivity toward the way that I appear, when since the beginning of fucking time, I've been made to feel, like, inadequate and not good enough. I don't know, man. I want to fight. I want to cry. I want to fucking stomp my feet. But what I'm about to do is get in my fucking bag and just say, fuck it. Like, I got work to do.
Black women have always fought for proper representation and inclusion, so it's a slap in the face to see the Kardashian Jenners steal things from us and get credit for it. You'd think the amount of times they've been accused of cultural appropriation and doing insensitive things, they'd be more mindful about the hairstyles they choose and what they wear. And the Kardashian Jenners are contributing to the erasure of black women. I don't think a lot of people realize the negative effect they've had on society. Imitating black women is like the norm now. Look at all the white girls that are wearing black aesthetic as a costume. From the lip fillers and surgical body enhancements to braids. I don't have to name any names because every person watching this video can think of several offenders just off the top of their heads. Now let's move on to them stealing from black female designers. 2017 was a year full of backlash towards the Kardashian Jenner brands. Kendall and Kylie thought it would be a great idea to sell t-shirts with their photos photoshopped over images of Tupac and Biggie Smalls and sell them for $125 US. Valletta Wallace, the mother of Notorious B.I.G., issued a statement denouncing their use of her son's images and called the girls disrespectful and disgusting. She said, "I am not sure who told Kylie Jenner and Kendall Jenner that they had the right to do this. The disrespect of these girls to not even reach out to me or anyone connected to the estate baffles me. I have no idea why they feel they can exploit the deaths of Tupac and my son Christopher to sell t-shirts. This is disrespectful, disgusting, and exploitation at its worst." A lawyer for his estate also threatened legal action by sending a cease and desist letter to the Jenners, demanding they stop selling the t-shirts by 5 p.m. that Friday. Kendall should have known better. This was just months after her and Pepsi ripped off imagery from the Black Lives Matter movement to promote soda. That year, Kim used a dark tan to promote her makeup line. Designer Tazita Balamle accused Kylie of copying her designs when she launched her merchandise site full of camouflage sets. She said, copy and paste down to the shoes I used on my models. The Kardashians will take your man and brand I stamp. LMFAO. Of course, neither of these ladies invented camouflage. But Tazita provided receipts that prove that Kylie and her team requested clothing items from her brand to use as samples. Tazita is the designer of the streetwear brand Plugged NYC, which has been worn by celebs like Rihanna, Keke Palmer, Ryan Destiny, and Kylie Jenner herself. She said in an interview with BuzzFeed, "At the end of the day, money equals power, and the Kardashians have the power. This is a prime example. I don't have the buzz she does or the money for billboards. But hey, money is power." Shaking my head. "I started my brand with pennies. Funny how someone can just take a whole movement because of how much money and power they have." Another copyright accusation took place not even a month prior. Khloe was accused of copying work from the designer Destiny Blue. Destiny is the designer of the crystallized hosiery, dancewear, and lingerie line D Blue Dazzled, and she's designed custom pieces for Beyonce, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Serena Williams, and Khloe's own sister Kylie. In 2016, Khloe launched her Good American brand, a denim line made to fit women of all sizes. A year later, she was looking to expand the brand and add more clothing pieces, so she rolled out a collection of crystallized bodysuits, which looked identical to the ones on the D Blue Dazzled site. This caught Destiny's attention, who says Khloe had previously ordered one of every item from her website but never posted photos wearing them, which she found odd. She then realized the reason was because Khloe was actually using her designs as samples to replicate for her Good American brand. Destiny provided emails between her, Khloe, Khloe's ex-stylist Monica Rose, and Khloe's assistant Alexa that proved that she was aware of the brand and wanted items. The emails dated back to November 2016 when Alexa O'Kyle, Khloe Kardashian's executive assistant, emailed Destiny stating that Khloe discovered her line and wanted to see a lookbook. A few days later, Khloe orders fishnet tights and a custom jersey to wear to one of Tristan Thompson's games. In December, Khloe orders an additional 12 items for a total of $925. Khloe's assistant requests that the items all be sent directly to Khloe's house in Calabasas. She provides Khloe's address and adds Destiny's messenger to the gate list. A few days later, Khloe's stylist, Monica Rose, emails Destiny asking to borrow black and nude bodysuits, which happens to be the items she ripped off and started selling on her site. A month later, Destiny received an email from the assistant Alexa asking if they could keep the bodysuits that Monica Rose pulled because Khloe loved them. Destiny informs Alexa that she would loan the items if worn temporarily for appearances. If they were being kept, however, they needed to be paid for, as they are $700 items. I'll leave a link to the court documents if you guys want to read the email thread in its entirety. But the incidents involving Tazita and Destiny aren't cases of misunderstandings or people having similar ideas. This is blatant copyright infringement, and the proof is right there in the emails. Khloe fired off legal threats towards Destiny for quote-unquote defamation and malicious and torturous conduct. She also accused her of using her name to get 15 minutes of fame and says she never even heard of Destiny or her brand. In a series of tweets, Destiny explained her feelings and the situation. She tweeted, "I had stylist friends working on the Good American set, and they told me they were shook when they saw her black and nude D Blue Dazzled copies. Dazzle is my livelihood. I paid 3 rents, 5 employees, and hand make everything. I did it with no investment or guidance. I'll always fight for this. I have an epic resume and have outstanding relationships with my clients. I'm not sitting back and letting this snake shit slide. I know it's probably unprofessional of me to spill the tea, but I've had it with these non-creative millionaires stealing from indie designers. There is a difference between a publicity stunt and telling the truth, especially when it means protecting a brand you started from nothing." As of June 2020, Destiny has filed a $10 million lawsuit against Khloe Kardashian and her co-CEO, Emma Grady, for infringement and fraud, and I hope she gets every penny. In late 2018, jewelry designer Tanea Henry called Kim out for stealing the creative concept and promotional shoot from her jewelry line, Lace by Tanea. Her jewelry has been worn by Beyonce, Ariana Grande, Kelly Rowland, Nicki Minaj, and of course, the Kardashians and Jenners. In 2017, Tanea rolled out her collection of lip jewelry, and the promotional shots featured her lips in bright lipstick biting into fruits. A year later, guess who was seen wearing a grill and lip jewelry to promote her new line of lipsticks? Kim went to the same photographer Tanea used to pull off the concept and also had lip jewelry made to replicate the ones designed by her. Now, I won't be mentioning the photographer's name since there are a lot of allegations against him from women, but he says his reason for helping Kim steal Tanea's creative concept is because Kim paid him some good money. Tanea said on Instagram, "Shout out to Kim Kardashian and for completely jacking not only my concept, but lip lace too. Crazy part is, was my friend long before he started working with Kanye and Kim Kardashian and has shot Lace by Tanea countless times. But because he got a check out of this, he said it's not his problem. Kim, you've pulled my product, and you could have again for this shoot. Your whole family's worn Lace by Tanea. You guys know who I am, and you know my shit, but pretend you don't. I just said hi to Kanye on FaceTime 4 days ago. You guys are trash."
All right, so this is what we're about to do. I'm gonna tell y'all the story so you guys know why the fuck I'm tripping out. First off, Marcus Hyde was a friend of mine. He's been a friend of mine for 5 to 6 years now. He's shot Lace by Tanea. He knows me. He's been to my crib. I know his girl. You know, there's history. We know what the fuck's going on. He started working with Kim and Kanye. Cool, whatever. Amazing. Congratulations. I even texted congratulations. Now, here we are, a year later. I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I'm like, damn, why is Kim posting my lips? Like, why is she posting my picture? This is amazing. I realize it's a fucking ad for her new lipstick. Okay, dope. Not only did you steal my concept, you had replicas made of my copyrighted designs, and you used a photographer that I've known for years. And he says it's all good because he got paid and he didn't know what was going on. It's crazy. You didn't know what was going on. You've known me for so long, and you didn't realize that what you were shooting is an exact fucking copy of my concept and of my designs that I've had out for 2 years. Fuck out of here. You guys fucking steal so much shit, especially from black designers, and it is crazy. It is at a point, obviously at a point where I'm fucking mad. You've done it to my friends, and you've done it to me. You guys know who the fuck I am. Kylie's worn my shit. Chloe's worn my shit. Courtney's asked for my shit. Kendall's worn my shit. Kanye, you know who I am. You see me when I see you, you say hi to me. You come up to me and you say hi to me. Okay, you guys know what the fuck is good. You could have hit me up. You could have hit me up. Danielle, your stylist, I know her. I know all of you guys. I know your whole crew. You guys know me. Don't fucking play me. It's so whack. Really? Like, you couldn't just hit me up and ask for my shit. Yo, y'all are really on some shit. You are really on some shit. And it's crazy because people look up to you guys. It's wild. People look up to you guys and you guys are fucking frauds. Frauds. It's ridiculous. You guys do it a lot. It doesn't make any sense. Why not just give credit where it's due? You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. It's really not. You guys know how to get a hold of me. You know. You guys can play and act like you don't know me, but I know that you do. Don't play it. Don't play that card. Y'all better hit me up and apologize. Or something. Because those designs are copyrighted. And that photo shoot causes confusion with consumers. And I got lawyers on deck. And I know y'all got money, but I have a lot of proof, and I don't fucking like you guys. And I will go fucking hard. You guys are whack.
They've ripped off so many creative concepts from Black designers, and this would be the longest video on my channel if I went into details on all of them. I really hope someone starts a fund for Black creatives who get their work stolen by influential people, or maybe I'll just be that person that kicks off a fund. The Kardashian Jenner sisters will never admit to using Black women to draw inspiration from, and in reality, they really don't care about Black women or Black people in general. You would think women who are obsessed with Black culture and fetishizes Black men and biracial kids would use their platforms to bring awareness to the recent issues affecting Black people. But all they gave us was heartbreak emojis and Martin Luther King quotes. They have the most followers on Instagram, but chose not to post anything helpful in support of Black lives because they rather not ruin the aesthetic of their pages.
They are now offering 70% off in the next 24 hours to anyone that uses the code Kendall at checkout, so swipe up. This little case is really cute. They're wireless. It's really good sound quality too. I really appreciate the sound quality. I love music. I'm very particular about my headphones. Swipe up to check them out right now. Their whole site is 70% off, and use code Kylie for free shipping. You guys will fall in love.
I'll leave Black-owned alternatives to support instead of the Kardashian brands, like Nubian Skin, who's been selling Black flesh tone intimates way before Kim started her brand, and they're actually more affordable. CJ by Cookie Johnson has some really nice denim, and I'll also leave links to all the sites by the designers mentioned in this video. They owe Black women apologies. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and like this video and subscribe to Black Femininity TV for more content.